School of Medicine, School of Pharmacy, School of Dental Science, School of Nursing, and School of Public Health. The youngest is the School of Public Health, which had to fight to bring into being. Because nobody ever appreciated well being in a School of Public Health. Now they can also be able to go out in the international forum, they associate with other schools, like the department, but we will not understand. Then we have the Institute of Tropical Infectious Diseases. Then we have currently the Institute of Clinical Research, which is, it was actually established last year. So it's one of the youngest teams. Then the East African community is asking us to start the kidney, the East African kidneys. Yes, which is, we have the curriculum for nephrologists, neurologists, etc. But it's going to be an institute, a center of excellence under the auspices of the East African community, but from the development of Kenya. Then we have the center which has been very active in terms of advocacy and educating people on HIV/AIDS. We call it the Center for HIV Prevention and Research. It's doing a very nice work dealing with most at-risk populations. They spread East Central, Eastern, and Eastern, where they do the advocacy and that community within the groups that, as we say, most at-risk was sexual workers, men who have sex with men and things like that. And the latest, which also started last year, is the center that has an objective of enlightening people to abandon female genital mutilation. That's an African coordinating center. And I think part of the startup capital was given by the former Secretary of State.
Hillary Clinton? Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there's, now I didn't have the details to know how it moved, but she actually announced their support. Yes. So it has also started, and there are other UN bodies to fund. As I told you in the symposium, that is a 25-year project. Because for you to change cultural perceptions, you need a generational changeover. So I hope that at the end of it, you may not be there to see it, but some difference will be achieved. Good. So that's how big this college has become. And, so we have many activities which we have really graciously funded through your team here. I think the first one really is the leadership and the management. I think I did touch on it. What I did say is that the consequence of that really now brought it into mainstream curriculum, not just for medicine, but for all for pharmacy, for dental, for nursing. Right? I'm sure you see those reports, so you must have seen that. I think last time I was showing clearly where in the curriculum you can actually find those elements. Yes. So this is very good. We hope that at the end of those 6 years of that curriculum, that's the new curriculum, That's when the people will graduate. But remember, these are long-term things, so that they'll be able to make a difference in the future. And the way we are going around, I think the doctors will still continue being managers for some time to come. Yes, unless we forgot maybe instead of MSc in City Health Management System, we should have done MSc in Australia. But it's fine. So she said that you wanted to come and see, and you wanted also to meet the team from pharmacy. Now, yeah, the team, I think this is the school management committee, led by the dean, and you may stop there, then so you can hear something.
Great.
So, you know, when he was working in the Afia parking lot, anybody who worked in the Afia parking lot that time, because they were also meeting occasionally in the parking lot, have moved on. But most importantly, they know all the shortcuts in the room. So that's why I didn't get stuck permanently in the traffic. Well, I see, I'm sure you will come, you get surprised at the number of changes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, many more buildings and tall buildings and many more cars.
Yeah, cars.
But many fewer provinces. But more counties. Yeah.
Okay, Jonathan, so you are welcome in your team.
Thank you. Well, this has been just a great opportunity over the years to work with now the School of Pharmacy. We always wondered why it was a department, so that's really, what year did it become a separate school?
In 1995.
Okay, great.
I think doctors are essentially very dangerous fellows. They like holding. Huh? They never like people to grow, and yet in a system, people need to grow. In an academic system, you need to give people space to articulate themselves. I remember we had to have, it was nearly total war to be able to get the school allowed.
Wow.
Yes. But since then, as I told you, I could never understand why they never wanted the School of Public Health. So when I became principal, I said, why can't we have the School of Public Health? They just couldn't explain. So I said, okay, let us have the proposal. But the people there were so dispirited. We actually took 2 years to do the proposal. Yes. So then I had to do a lot of lobbying. Now I was lobbying my boss, who is a medical doctor, but he intermediate one. I think that's what's important. And then also I got to the art of lobbying, so now the others are able to come on. It's good.
Well, the current work on the Health Commodities and Services Management Project, which is you all know John Chimumba well, and Dina Kusu, and that's done a lot together with you and many other people. But it also seems that Kenya's right in the midst of a number of key changes, particularly with the county, a whole shift to the counties, and that creates a whole different, I think, role for the national government, for the Ministry of Health, and we've got 47 counties that are sort of all going different ways. We've observed the devolution in a number of countries, and there are 2 or 3 things. One, it's pretty common that health overall suffers for a few years, but then comes back up, and at the end, and sometimes it's as long as a decade, comes out better. But it takes a while for the health people and the political people to, the governor, in this case, the governor and the county governor and the county minister of health or chief executive, to really learn how to communicate. One of the areas that gets into trouble a lot in devolution is the pharmaceutical area, because it's something that's visible, And it's something where there's obviously a lot of money spent on pharmaceuticals, and a great variability in the capacity among different areas. And so I think this is a chance to both maybe kind of reflect on some of the things that have been happening, but also this is a critical time in terms of the overall development environment in Kenya, because of the both a lot of shift to really direct shift to supporting local organizations, which a fair bit of what we do in the Fanikisha project and other projects is in the leadership is to really work with local organizations to be as strong, independent, and sustainable as possible. But there's also the challenges of decentralization of the counties. But then the other area is universal health coverage, which we talked about, kind enough to join us, and there's a real movement over that. And it's really interesting. We were with the Ecumenical Pharmaceutical Network yesterday, EPN, and they asked us to talk a little bit about pharmaceuticals and universal health coverage. And the way that we think of it is people either look, when they're talking about universal health coverage and covering medicines, they either see medicines as sort of what we call the golden ring. If you remember back with merry-go-rounds and you got the golden ring. So either universal health coverage is a great win for medicines and all, because they're reimbursed and provided, or else it's a Trojan horse where it comes in and it basically